Hello, welcome back to Ether. This is Tommy and Paul from Sakaso.ca. So, another episode today, episode
96.
96. And then today's topic is, it's a big one, how to love yourself.
Mhm.
Right? So, do you love yourself? That's the question we start, I guess.
Mhm.
And so it's a yes or no
Mhm.
or somewhat yes, right?
Mhm.
Everybody has probably different answers.
Mhm.
So if it's clearly no, you know there's something that you can work on. If it's somewhat yes, then yes, you have something to work on.
Something to work on.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's yes, and then you can just ask yourself again and make sure it's
Mhm.
100% yes. Because this, how to love yourself, this love, it's not conditional love. I love myself when I'm like this, but I don't love myself when I'm like this. That's not what we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
Loving yourself unconditionally. That's what we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
So if it's somewhat yes and somewhat no, then it's a no. It is a no.
It is. Well, to be honest, I think, I hope I'm still being fair, is that I think in certain cases when people are saying even yes,
Mm-hmm,
it has to do more with life circumstances.
mm-hmm,
That they're in a relationship that's going well at
mm-hmm,
current time, right? Kind of thing. Their career is going well or whatever, right? So their circumstances are, thumbs up.
mm-hmm,
So it's easy to be in a good
mm-hmm.
emotional space
Right.
and appreciate life and your day and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it can bleed into this sense of, yeah, sure, I love myself, right?
Yeah, I love
So-
my life. I love myself.
So yes could also sometimes be no. Because if circumstances change, right, then the person would feel it more, that there isn't that love.
Mm-hmm.
The unconditional love is what you mentioned, right? That's a very specific and very, it's a very sacred thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I think a lot of people would aspire to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not, it's can be hard to get a hold of and really own it.
You mean hard to get hold of, hard to understand what that is?
To start with, sure.
Yeah,
The difference
okay.
between unconditional and conditional.
Mhm.
So why don't we talk about that? Like
Sure.
I was kind of getting
Sure.
to it there, but maybe if you want to say it plainly, what's the difference?
Okay, I personally, I don't like using unconditional love
As a term?
as a term. I used it, but just the experience, you probably remember, it's just personal experience. When we got together, you were seeking unconditional love.
Mhm.
And it's like unconditional love. That's like you said that many times
Mhm.
in a day.
Mhm.
So, and then it's like, oh my God, what is this? Like a unconditional love, and he is attached to. And then it's like I don't. You are almost saying like I don't love anyone unless they have unconditional love,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And okay, wait, then you have condition to love someone. You only only express your love when the other side
I
is-
think that's actually a fair critique.
right?
Looking back, we haven't talked about this before.
No,
ever.
but I have this like unconditional love. I have some feeling about it, that
Yeah.
bitter feeling about it because of that.
Probably because of that experience.
Yeah, because of the experience, right? And then so that's in the past. So that when I use that term unconditional love, I have that experience. So it's a good experience. So you think it's unconditional, like that's what you're looking for, but maybe where you are being using conditional love.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
well, yeah. Psychology can be tangled,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And difficult circumstances
mhm.
can create some things
Yeah,
that are out of
yeah.
balance.
So why I'm saying is like, I have unconditional love. Even if you say it, maybe you can still challenge yourself. And is that really true? Right? Because you thought, and back years ago, like you are just accepting unconditional love, and then you are just living in unconditional love world. That was your goal, and that's what you were doing, right? But like I was like, hey. So I was feeling that. So um, that's what I'm saying. Like if you think like, oh, I wanted unconditional love because I this is the true love, and this is what we need and what we want, right? So I only express unconditional love, but still, like you said, our thinking and thinking patterns and actions and mental, and it's all this, right? So it's always good to challenge yourself and ask, is this really true? Every day, whenever you have chance, because we are not perfect every day. Someday we're better, someday we're not, right? So we're always like this. I never met anyone maintain 100% whatever 100% is, right? So always asking yourself, self-checking, it's important. That's why I'm saying, like, I said, really, right? Oh yeah, I got unconditional love. Then if you say that, and then if you tell yourself all the time without checking, and then you are missing a chance to improve.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I think we have some comments here.
Sure.
So yeah, unconditional love. What is it? It's hello.
Gardens 456. That's someone. I know who that is. Who is it? Can you ping us again with your name? Sorry.
If
I know that's your email.
You are,
I recognize that email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are comfortable, yeah.
Oh, it's Linda. Yeah, it's Linda. Hey, Linda.
Linda. Oh.
Yeah.
You're Linda.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're Linda. Okay. Hi. So anyway, unconditional love. I still have little uncomfortable feeling every time I say it. But so what is it? What's like that? Everybody, I'm pretty sure, logically understand what unconditional love is, right? No condition, right? I love you because you did this. That's conditional, right? I don't like you when you do that. That's conditional, right?
Yeah.
And it happens every day, right, in our life.
It's normal, honestly.
It's like how we get feelings, and we get upset, we get frustrated, we get mad. Those are natural feelings that we have, and it's not like we needed to somehow we needed to maintain this or maintain growth or learning, right? So if we don't have any feelings, we probably don't learn much, right? We feel frustrated. That sometimes that helps helps you move forward, right? I want to get better, and then you learn more and you get better, right? So those feelings, it's in a way it's important. So having feeling is natural, and it's healthy up to some degree, but connecting to relationship and love, and then you are judging and then giving, okay, I'm going to give this much love, right? So saving some love and then just giving a partial love because they did 50%, so they only was 50% of my love or whatever. That is conditional, right? And it happens all the time. So the unconditional is opposite, right? Doesn't matter they did only 10%. Doesn't matter they didn't do anything or they did something that you don't like. I would say you separate the person and the event. You don't like the event and you want to change what happened. You want to make it better, but that person who were in that situation, that person may cause something, but there's a saying in Japanese. I don't know how to. I'll try my best to translate. You can hate the situation, but don't hate the person. So that. Does it make sense? Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. Separate the person and what happened. And just because what happened, you don't like what happened, you shouldn't hate that person, right? So, and then you can kind of start to have unconditional love, maybe first step or something, right? Oh, you did this and then I hate you, right? That's like, this happened. Okay, I don't like this, but let's just separate a person. I don't know how easy it is.
Yeah, so like, and maybe you're going to circle to this, but I just wanted to indicate that like you're talking about other people, right? So, I think what you're getting to is that comes back to how we treat ourselves, like how we're working with other people,
and about
and
you,
ourselves goes together.
And
right?
unconditional love goes either way toward other people or towards you. Like I don't like I was saying at the beginning, I don't like myself when I'm this way, but I like myself when I'm this way. Right? That is unconditional love, and that's not what we're talking about. How to love yourself, unconditionally. That's what our goal is.
Yeah, that's what the main subject is today. And what I think you're saying is by practicing it in our interaction with others, it translates into being able to practice it with ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of easy to practice with others first. right?
Well, because
And-
there's someone else sitting there beside you,
Mhm.
right? And it's natural to interact that way. When it's in our
Mhm.
internal world, it
Mhm.
can be, we don't see that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little hard. It's a little less tangible,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be more fleeting,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's here and gone kind of
Mhm.
thing. Maybe an unpleasant dream or something, right?
Mhm.
Whatever, or just unpleasant thoughts, and they pass, whatever, or they don't, right? It can be hard to distinguish between this is negative Paul and positive Paul,
Mm-hmm.
or right, or just accepting Paul
Mm-hmm.
and dissatisfied and unaccepting and conditional Paul
Mm-hmm.
caught up in his head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's talking right now, right? So it can be a little more confusing with the internal world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more clear in the external world.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am looking at you, and you're responding in a certain way, and I can
Mhm.
respond back to you. So there's a more I can hold your hand, right? So why are you shaking my hand? I can hold your hand, so that you're there, right? So you're tangible, and it's a little bit easier that way to get into that interplay of identifying where things are, what's coming from where, right? Um, and yeah, but yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And I think those are inseparable, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That when,
It's like if you're doing to others,
Mhm.
you're doing to yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yes.
I don't know you can do just one side.
Mhm.
Is that possible?
I don't think so. That's what I mean. I think it's inseparable.
Right?
Yeah.
I never thought about it, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
people being unkind
Mm-hmm.
with others, it's always the case that they're also unkind to themselves,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's buried, like if it's like kind of kept under wraps.
Mhm.
There's stuff going on inside that's not nice.
Mm-hmm.
The self-rejection,
Yeah.
right?
And this like people who are kind to others but not kind to themselves. That I've seen that, but it's not like I wouldn't say it's just they're reacting opposite. There's something underneath that this connection. So
Mhm.
we don't want to go into that right now
Mhm.
because it's going to be a different topic. So we can talk about unconditional self-love,
Mhm.
right? What's conditional, what's unconditional, like I'm going to pick on you. Like, and,
That never happens.
you're talking about unconditional love, more like an external one that you are probably that's what I felt like you were seeking unconditional love from someone.
In a relationship.
Yeah, in a relationship. And but then you had conditional love toward yourself.
Mhm.
Like you were very hard on yourself. You were being perfectionist. You have to be perfect to love yourself. I don't know you were connecting to that, but that's like you have to be perfect
Mhm.
to be good, right?
Yeah, for me,
to worth it or to deserve whatever.
yeah, for the environment that I grew up in,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a matter of psychological survival,
Mm-hmm.
and to a certain degree physical, of avoiding the criticism,
Mm-hmm.
the critique, the judgment, the harsh words.
Yeah.
So to then my strategy was to, okay, I'll take away any reason to be criticized, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They would find something.
Yeah. So yeah, if it's perfect, this is too perfect.
Yeah.
Probably. right? So, but so you being perfectionist, you will carry conditional
Yeah.
self-love.
Yeah.
Right. So
And what happened with that, as I grew up in that environment, I didn't need people to be judgmental towards me anymore. At a certain point, I learned to do it to myself,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like such an awful habit
Mm-hmm.
that I would critique myself
Mm-hmm.
for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
It would be completely invented, right? And I just was simply unaccepting of myself, just in general, right? And I led to self-loathing and all kinds of stuff, right? So
Yeah.
it was a very difficult phase in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so yeah, that stuff can be learned. It can be very, very hard. And people, generally speaking, forget about me. The people that I meet are very hard on themselves. I see it everywhere, right?
Yeah, like lots of our clients, without them realizing, they are hard on themselves, and it's because of the society. They in school they show expectation from the start, right? You're supposed to do this, and you have to study this much, and you have to behave this way. You shouldn't be doing this. All the rules and all the expectation, and then you gotta meet the expectation to be able to stay in school, right? And then to finish school. So expectation, always there. When you meet the expectation, like there's expectation to get there, and as soon as you meet the expectation, there's another one right away. There's another one, right? You cannot be there after you meet the expectation. You cannot be there. Hey, I'm good, and then I can just sit down and relax. No, it's there's no. Oh, you did that. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Always. So everybody is chasing, running the marathon toward the moving finish line.
Yeah.
You can never finish. You get closer, and then it goes farther and farther and farther, right? So that's the society, and then you are feeling that you're not good enough, right? You meet the expectation, yay, but well, okay, as soon as you meet it, I had to go up there, then the spot is not good enough anymore, right? So you repeat that, then you receive the message that you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. You gotta keep going, and you never feel that you are subconsciously, you don't feel that you're good enough. And then some people become perfectionist, right? It's like, I have to be better, I have to be better, right? And then trying to be perfect and trying to be perfect. That's the push that we always get.
Yeah, and on the other side of avoiding criticism, there's also gaining acceptance, right?
Yeah, acceptance.
That's the other
Yeah.
force pushing people towards that,
Yeah.
right? And if you're not able to achieve that perfect state, whatever it is, do all the things right, and then you're going to be accepted, right? By your parents, by friends, whatever, right?
Teachers.
Yeah.
So acceptance, and then little kids need to be accepted, right? They cannot go on the street on their own to start their life on their own. That doesn't happen. So to survive, they do their best to be accepted, right? And so perfectionism comes in, and then not loving myself comes in because I'm not good enough, right? I have to be here to be accepted, right? Then when you are here, I'm not accepted. So it's conditional. If I stay here, I'm not accepted. I have to be there to be accepted. So it's you. We are all learning what conditional love is, right? From the expectation
Mhm.
that we
Yeah.
and the rules and expectation, and that's
Yeah. So to turn that around, right? I mean, for me, it was a crisis for me. Um, the situation in the family was not good, and um, there was a lot of fighting, and it was too much. Right, it was just too much for me, and um, I needed to do something different, and instead of resisting it, instead of pushing back, and you know all that kind of stuff, I decided to try a different route, and that was forgiveness. Right, to forgive the people in my life, and to accept them as they are, and
so you can also forgive yourself.
and that led right into the process of forgiving myself. Right, and nobody's perfect in their life. They always make little mistakes and whatever. Right, and for myself, I was so hard on myself. Just sitting here, it was something that I would consider to be unacceptable. That was how bad it got. It was just like just sitting here breathing. That wasn't right for some reason. So I needed to forgive myself, right, and let go of that stuff. And that was a bit of a process, and it was very intense. It was very we've done an episode on forgiveness before, and it's weird how that psychology works, because we fool ourselves into thinking if we forgive them, the other person's going to get away with something, right? Like, what are they? How is that changing anything for them, whether you forgive them or not, right? It's only the people who haven't forgiven that have the burden, right? That haven't done the forgiving, right? They're the ones with the burden.
Forgiveness is it's a sacred action for yourself. You're not changing anything. You're changing you, and you are letting yourself be free from the pain.
Yeah.
If you are carrying anger, you like we talked about this many times in different episodes. When you are angry, this just check your body, how uncomfortable to be in your body, because it's and you're not breathing properly, and then you're not thinking clearly, and then your muscles tensed. Maybe you have headache or stomach ache and all those like heavy, dark tension. It's not a great place to be in,
Right.
in your body when you are angry toward someone or about yourself. So
or even towards life in general, right? So like
whatever.
Just like fate, God, whatever, right? You can be angry at all those things.
And that means you are right now at this moment when you're angry, you are hurting yourself. Nobody else cares that you are mad, or some people might, but even you're alone at home, and then you are thinking about other people, and that happens. And it's clear that nobody else being affected by you getting angry at this moment but you, right? You are beating up yourself.
Well, just by like you're saying, just having the anger in your body beats yourself up. You don't have to start attacking yourself.
No
Psychologically.
No.
You already are the target. You are the affected person. I mean, you said they don't know. You'd have to say something or do something for them to know, but they would then, I guess. But so that having that anger, it does all that too.
So, and then forgiving yourself forgiving others is just like I said, you are just letting go of the anger that beating yourself up at this moment, right? And then you can be lighter. You can stop the beating
Mm-hmm.
just for this moment, right? And then you let yourself be free, and then you can start to think clearly. You can start to breathe properly.
Mm-hmm.
You have some oxygen, so you can think clearly,
Mhm.
and then your pain might go away, and then you can act.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can act properly or some like wisely instead of I'm gonna beat them, and then right, it's really really negative energy, but you can shift, and then you can really make action that helps the situation instead of making it worse,
Mm-hmm.
right? So forgiveness, it's you doing it for yourself. You want to do it for yourself.
It's 100% for yourself.
100%
Yeah.
for yourself. Yeah. So they're not gonna get away or anything.
No, nobody gets away with anything
No.
in the end.
In the end, they don't. They see you. You might feel it seems that way, but
Mhm.
no. Once you forgive yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then forgive others, you will see how, oh, this is what happens when I forgive myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? So anyway, so forgiveness, it's really a big step toward
Yeah.
loving
It's
yourself.
tremendously healing. Yeah. There's so much healing that comes
Right.
with that.
So
It's one of the most sacred and beautiful things that
Yeah.
we can do.
yeah, so forgiveness, and then you are accepting yourself. Let's say, let's focus on self-love.
Yeah, just before we switch to that
Yeah.
though, I just want to say that if there is any, like we were saying, that if there is resistance to the doing the forgiving, either towards others or to yourself, we'd encourage you to watch our episode that we did talk about forgiveness. I'll put,
Weeks and weeks.
I don't know when that one was. I'll try to find and put the link in here or something. But yeah, there's a whole psychology around it of why people choose not to. But really, none of that. If you shine the light of day on that psychology, none of it adds up. Zero. It's like it does not even. There's nothing logical about it, or effective. Nothing logical or effective about it. And on the other hand, forgiveness, all of the benefits come to you, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't make any difference to the other person. So
Yeah. So like when you forgive yourself, right? Let's say, oh, I made a mistake. Let's just pick this simple, right? I made a mistake at work,
mhm.
and then you like you feel bad, and then you feel very very uncomfortable showing up because you made a mistake, and everybody, um, some people are angry or something, right? And then, oh, I can't, what did I do? And that was a stupid mistake. And so, again, feeling bad and beating yourself up, it's not loving yourself, and you're just simply beating yourself up, and it's hating yourself. That's not gonna help. So first, forgiving yourself, not letting yourself off the hook. You've made a mistake, then you have to do something. That doesn't change, but what changes is you beating emotionally, mentally beating yourself up. Then again, you cannot think. You cannot think about solution. You cannot act. You are already exhausted by beating yourself up. You don't have energy to come up with solution, and then take action toward the solution, right? So forgiving yourself is just stop beating yourself up, and so you can recharge and you can think clearly. And then yes, you have to fix something. You still gonna fix something, right? It's that thing's not gonna disappear because you forgive yourself. The mistake is still sitting there, right?
Mhm.
So, but you are not like, I'm so bad. I don't think I can do this because I might make another mistake and it's gonna be worse. That's not gonna help, right? So forgive yourself. Okay, I did make mistake, and lots of people um, got their job got affected by my mistake, and they have extra work. I feel bad. Yes, I get that, and but you feeling bad doesn't help solve the situation. You letting go of the feeling bad feeling and then start to think clearly, get energy going, and then take action. That helps, right? So forgiveness comes in and helps you, right? And then forgiving is again accepting yourself. You accept your mistakes. Okay, I made a mistake. Instead of, I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to feel bad,
Mhm.
right? It's, and I don't want to see other people's face and angry face, and then you're just avoiding. You're just running away, and then you're running away from yourself, and that's not loving yourself. That's hating yourself, beating yourself up. So forgive yourself and accept everything, the whole thing as you are. You made a mistake, you not make a mistake, you did great or you didn't great. Accept yourself as a whole, and then you are able to love yourself, not conditionally. This, I don't like this part, but I like this part, and then you're not loving yourself as a whole. The key is loving yourself as a whole. Doesn't matter what part, um, and doesn't matter it's negative part or positive part. You accept, and then you gonna be able to love yourself, and then you can um, relax, and you at least you stop beating yourself up. And then when people beating yourself up, you can relax.
Mhm.
Right? You can breathe, and then you can recharge, you can eat, and you can have fun, right? Those things gonna come back when you forgive yourself and when you accept yourself.
Mhm.
So you love yourself,
Mhm.
right? So that's the key. You cannot just, oh, I love myself and I'm not making mistake and being successful, but I hate myself when I do this. And that's not truly loving yourself,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, another part of what comes in, another dynamic, another technique and approach to this is gratitude. We talked about that last week,
Mm-hmm.
but we were talking about loving your life.
Mm-hmm.
But it also applies to loving yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Having that gratitude is
It's so powerful.
in a way, and I don't think it's really separate from forgiveness,
Yeah.
because when you're grateful
It's
for your life, you're
mm-hmm.
then you're grateful for the way things are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then you're great.
Even
Then
negative thing happen.
you have, yeah, even if things are not the way you would prefer them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, even if things are even a complete mess, right? If you
Mhm.
are grateful,
Mhm.
then you're forgiving yourself for being part of that mess. You're forgiving others for
Mhm.
having their involvement in that mess, right?
Mhm.
So being grateful cuts through all that, and it seems like to me just like another face of forgiveness.
Yeah, you cannot have gratitude without forgiveness happening.
I think so. Yeah.
Like um, when you when forgiveness happens, gratitude happens naturally. I would say,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you let go of negative feelings, um, like I have one client. She was angry toward her husband for something she didn't mention, but she was carrying some uh, frustration and anger. I guess it was anger, and then I suggested to do the exercise, letting go of anger. We have the video too. It's automatic writing. You just write anything comes up like a negative feeling. You just write,
Mm-hmm.
and she did that, and she contacted me after she did the exercise. Oh my God, that was amazing. I felt so good after that. I was so angry at him, but after I did the exercise, anger was gone, and I was surprised. I was feeling gratitude toward him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
she did wonderful work,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is, it's she did some forgiveness without her thinking that forgiveness
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the thing, right? She was just doing, just letting out that feeling, negative feeling, but then she, instead of carrying it, it's again beating yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting it out, and then it's out of your body, out of your energy field, and you're going to feel lighter, and you're going to be balanced, you're going to be centered and grounded,
Mm-hmm.
and then your true self is going to come in. True self is powerful and always grateful and thankful. That's your true self, and it naturally comes out. But if you carry in those, it's gonna get pushed
Mm-hmm.
back somewhere that you can't feel, right? But as soon as you let go and you forgive, that it's gonna find a space and fill your body with gratitude, right, and the love. So yeah, gratitude. It's really. It's I love the exercise I mentioned last week. Like I do that to shift my frustration, and I can feel like um, okay, now I can think clearly, right? And before you don't realize that you are not thinking clearly, right? You think you are thinking so hard when you're angry, but no, like people say, like a 24-hour rules or whatever, right? There's those kind of thing, right?
What's the 24
Like
hour rule?
it's when you are angry, don't
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
don't make
yeah,
action.
yeah.
Wait 24
24
hours,
hours, and then
and then
yeah.
then that time you can let out some steam. You can let the steam off, and then you're a little calmer, and then you can think clearly. Even if you haven't done any forgiveness or those kind of thing, like when you're angry, something just happened, and then you're angry. You think you are thinking, but actually no. That's why they have this 24-hour rule thing, right? So and then yeah, it's you're not thinking clearly, and then when you act, things gonna get worse, right? And then you feel like I have to act right now, otherwise it's gonna get worse. No, it's opposite. If you act right now, it's gonna get worse, right? So there's steps to take before you
Mhm.
take actions.
Yeah.
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 And so, and let's come back to loving yourself.
Mhm.
So how you can do it, like a check in asking, do I love myself completely, unconditionally? Is that true? Do I sometimes hate myself? Oh yeah, I do. Then you can practice more. It's okay to get frustrated here and there. I'm not saying like you cannot have any frustration, any anger. You'd be Buddha or something, and you wouldn't be here
Mhm.
in this world, right? So it's okay to have those emotion, but as long as you know how to shift out of it and come back to center and come back to loving yourself. Even this happened and that happened, but it's okay. I let go and I accept, I love myself, and I forgive myself, I love myself, I accept myself. What's the order? I forgive myself, I accept myself, and I love myself. That'll be the order, maybe.
Yeah.
And
And I also want to mention that, like, sometimes when people recommend, like we're recommending different approaches, you may not feel that love for yourself or your life right away, right? You might feel like weights come off, right? And the tension's gone and things improve, but you might not feel the love right away, right? And to me, that's an indicator of that there's other things, there's other dimensions to this, right? Because I mean, if you're not feeling, like you said, the anger inside you, right? That is, and you're kind of neutral. That is a lot more love for life and yourself than it was before.
Yeah.
But to get into the next step, to get into where you really want to go, there's something maybe hiding that's
Yeah.
not necessarily come to the surface, that's preventing that feeling and that full appreciation of life from coming through. And that's okay, right? There's life is multidimensional, and there's layers of complexity, and there's layers to the onion that of getting down to our to our authentic self. So if that's your experience, then I wouldn't worry about it. You can reach out to us, right? If you have in that situation, and ask us, right? You can connect to our websites and send us an email, and we'll see what we can do to help you answer that. And but it does come, right? So that there's stages to it, but it does come. That feeling of love and appreciation for life and yourself does come. It's with a process, going through this kind of process. But also, I want to mention there's some other techniques. And like for me, it's like when we're getting wrapped up in things, it means it's pretty much always a matter of getting too much in our heads, right? So anything that brings you into your heart, into your body, helps, right? It takes you away from all that thinking, and that to me can be like something really simple, like just going out and doing some exercise, right? Whatever it is, it brings you into your body, and therefore to some degree into your heart, right? You might not be an immediate transition, but getting that energy, all that hot, difficult energy off of you, allows you to settle into your body and into your
Yeah,
heart a
you
lot better.
literally shaking that negative energy off
Yeah,
by exercising.
yeah.
Right. So,
And I'm finding this, like, I'm just doing karate, for example, right?
mhm.
There's a way of working through this stuff in your body. It gets trapped in your body and your energy, and you're just carrying it with you. You're just used to it. But if you get into an exercise routine, then it shakes out. It starts coming out, right?
Yeah, that's,
So you can
it's
process
just
it that way.
breaking the pattern, like you going
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then by doing exercise, you are going creating a different flow,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not the anger flow or anxious or whatever that has one flow or one shape or whatever, one shape of the body. This is one movement, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? By doing exercise, you're breaking out of it, and then you're creating a different flow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the shows the love, right, and acceptance and then joy. Those flow are you creating, and then you are able to shift from anger to joy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why exercise is helpful, and lots of people know that. That's why people do exercise,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, and then so exercise, it's a temporary getting out of the negative energy.
It tends to be temporary, but I'm finding also that there is a when you're on a steady exercise program, that the stuff that's buried
Mm-hmm.
can be released as well, right? So it's not just necessarily temporary. It brings that stuff out that was otherwise just sort of
It's I
stuck
would
somewhere.
I would say I don't know, I might um, argue here there's a intention. If there's an intention to release something, and then I would say exercise,
That might
regular
be what
exercise.
the difference
If
is.
you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
not, if you're just doing exercise
yeah.
without intention of releasing something, I don't know, you're gonna come back to kind
Yeah,
of
there's
thing.
always the opportunity to stay in your head, right? You stay stuck in your head. There's always an opportunity to do that. I mean, if you're just ruminating, even while you're exercising, it's not going to be nearly as good, right? So yeah, I get that. So having that intention takes you away from that.
Mhm.
So it just like makes me think, like, sometimes when I'm doing, like, the exercise bike or something like that, right? It's like there's not enough of stuff to keep you into the action. You're just pedaling, right?
Mhm.
And but if
And
you're
then
doing, yeah, then your mind can come in, right? So if you're doing something that's more free flow, like even if you're playing soccer or whatever, right, that's more interactive and responding to the moment, then you have to be more in your body, out of your head, and
Yeah,
it's
and
much
then
better that
you
way.
are
Just
you have to focus, right? Just doing the biking on the machine,
mm-hmm,
you don't have to really focus. You just moving your legs,
mm-hmm,
or maybe a little bit upper body too.
mm-hmm,
But you don't have to pay attention to anything. So your mind is kind of free,
mm-hmm.
and then yeah, you can start
Yeah,
thinking this and that and
yeah,
that. But
yeah,
like playing soccer or whatever, you have to keep. If you want to play well, you have to keep paying attention, and then you are in the moment, right? Right now, this guy has a ball, and then that he's gonna shoot. I have to stop. You have to, right? You have to be in the moment, and then you are letting go of the past or letting go of the future, and you the action exercise and bringing you right to the moment, and that helps. That's really healthy
yeah,
exercise,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So,
Yeah, and I mean, other things that can be very helpful just going for a walk in nature,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So that always allows you to let go of the stuff that's getting you caught up in your head, and allowing you to come into your heart and to
Mhm.
connect in a natural way to the world and to yourself at the same
Mhm.
time, right? So that's another one. Another one for me is meditation, right?
Mhm.
So um, there's different ways of meditating. Like you can get frustrated with meditation, so I would encourage you, like if you're having that problem too, just reach out to us through our website, and we'll be able to help you out with that. There's different approaches to meditation um, that get past that kind of stuff, and when you're doing that, when you're opening up in meditation, you are connecting to yourself, you're allowing your true self to come through, and you can have that love for yourself and for just being, and you learn to relax, you learn to let go, you learn to accept and forgive, and to be grateful. All of that comes through, right?
Mhm.
So it's one of the most powerful ways to bring that love for yourself
Yeah.
through into your life.
So when you doing a meditation, you gotta let go of judgment, self-judgment. Am I doing? I'm not doing it right. Then you are uh, going away from self-love, acceptance. Whatever you're doing, it's okay. Right now, you are doing your best, and let go of the self-judgment, and then you are able to connect to the love. It's okay, I'm doing my best, and then I love myself, and maybe I'm not doing like the meditation guru or whoever that is, but it's okay. And it's it's just who you are, and you are here right now, and then you're in the moment, and just accepting yourself. You are the only one who can accept yourself fully, um, because somebody said, I love you, and I love you no matter what. If you are blocking yourself to receive, you are not receiving it. You have to be the first one to open the door to accept yourself as you are, and love yourself as you are, who you are. That have to happen. So self judgment, if you catch yourself, oh, am I judging myself? Just one at a time. Just when you catch yourself, let go. I don't need this right now, because I'm doing my best. Whatever your best is for that day is good. And then don't judge yourself, and let go. And then you are accepting yourself. If you are angry, forgive yourself. And so you are accepting yourself. And once you accept, love can come in. You can love yourself. Right? All those things get in a way, and blocking yourself to love yourself, just one by one. Oh, there's some block here, right? You just some yes, there might be lots of blocks, and you get overwhelmed. Just focus on one at a time, and then you do it, and then you create the habit of doing it, and it gets easier and easier. And when you realize, and hey, I'm loving myself more than before, right? That happens. So yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most important things to do, is to just keep loving ourselves. Um, there's we didn't get time to talk about it here, but to me, it's very, very closely connected. That there's no problems, there's only opportunities, right? And so instead of seeing the world all as nothing but a collection of problems, that leads to unhappiness. Believe me.
Thank you very much for this challenge.
Yes, exactly.
Can you slow down a little bit? I would appreciate it.
So all of that's part of it. We're not going to be able to elaborate today on that, but we'll leave that with you. So just like if you guys are having in troubles with this kind of stuff, then it has to do with subconscious blocks, right? It has to do with subconscious limitations. And if you want to get past those, then you can just reach out to us and schedule through our website and schedule a breakthrough session. They're completely free. And we'll go into deep dive with you and talk about how it is that you can move through that and to grow through it and become who you really are and your authentic self. We connect with that and to create that healing in your life, whether that's physical healing or healing relationships or just healing your life in general. So absolutely, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us, even if you just have a question. You can send us a question through our website as well. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And thank you for stopping by today. And we'll see you again soon right here on Ether at 4 p.m. Eastern. I hope that next week. So
Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday. And thanks for stopping by, and bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.